Hello, and welcome to the English Podcast.
We're so glad you could join us.
Let's make learning English fun.
Let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Travel Talk. We're very happy you are here with us today. Before we start, we want to ask you for a small favor. If you enjoy our podcast and want to learn more about travel in simple and practical English, please remember to subscribe to our show. When you subscribe, you will never miss a new episode.
Yes, exactly. Subscribing also helps other people find the podcast. So if you like what we do, click the subscribe button, follow us, and maybe even share the podcast with a friend who loves traveling or wants to practice English.
Great. Now that we've said hello to everyone, let's talk about today's topic. Today, we're going to discuss something that almost every traveler experiences at least once.
That's right. And sometimes it happens when you least expect it.
Delayed flights.
And canceled flights.
Oh yes, the two things that can make a travel day very stressful.
But don't worry. In today's episode, we will talk about what to do if your flight is delayed or canceled, how to stay calm, and how to solve problems at the airport.
We'll also share some useful tips and personal stories from our travels.
And we will explain everything using clear English. So if you are learning English at a B1 or B2 level, this episode should be easy to understand.
Let's start with a situation many travelers know very well. You arrive at the airport and check the big departure board.
And next to your flight number, you see the word delayed.
Exactly. Your flight was supposed to leave at 2 p.m., but now it says 4:30 p.m.
The first feeling is usually disappointment.
Yes, maybe you planned everything carefully. Maybe someone is waiting for you at the destination.
Or maybe you have another flight to catch.
That's when delays become really stressful.
But the first thing to remember is that delays happen very often in aviation. Planes are complex machines, and airports are busy places.
Weather can also cause delays.
Yes, strong wind, snowstorms, heavy rain, or fog.
Air traffic control can also delay flights when there are too many planes in the sky.
So the delay is not always the airline's fault.
If your flight is delayed, the most important thing is to stay calm.
That's easier said than done.
True, but panic will not help.
Instead, your first step should be to get correct information.
You can check the airline's mobile app.
Or the airport screens.
Sometimes airlines also send text messages or emails.
But if the information is not clear, go to the airline desk at the airport.
Every airline usually has a service desk near the check-in area or the gates.
You can politely ask the staff, "Excuse me, could you tell me how long the delay will be?"
Or you can ask, "Will we still depart today?"
Another useful question is, "Will I miss my connecting flight?"
Airport staff deal with these questions every day.
So don't be afraid to ask.
Now let's talk about connecting flights, because this is where delays can create bigger problems.
Imagine you fly from Madrid to Frankfurt, and then from Frankfurt to Tokyo.
But the first flight is delayed by 2 hours.
And your connection in Frankfurt is only 1 hour.
That means you will probably miss your second flight.
This is stressful, but airlines usually help in this situation.
Especially if both flights are on the same ticket.
Exactly. If it's one booking, the airline is responsible for helping you reach your final destination.
They might put you on the next available flight.
Or sometimes even with another airline.
You may also receive meal vouchers or hotel accommodation if you need to stay overnight.
Speaking of delays, do you remember the time when you traveled to Canada and had that long delay?
Oh yes, that was quite a day.
Tell us what happened.
I arrived at the airport early in the morning. My flight from London to Toronto was scheduled for 9 a.m.
Sounds normal so far.
But when I checked the departure board, it said the flight was delayed until 11:30.
2.5 hours already.
Yes, the reason was a technical inspection of the plane.
Which is actually good for safety.
Exactly, safety first, but waiting at the airport for hours is never fun.
What did you do while waiting?
First, I found a comfortable seat near the gate.
Good strategy.
Then I bought a coffee and a sandwich.
Classic airport activity.
I also used the time to download movies and answer some emails.
So you stayed productive.
Yes, but later we received more news.
Another delay?
Exactly. The flight was delayed again until 1 p.m.
That's already 4 hours.
Luckily, the airline gave passengers meal vouchers.
That's helpful.
So I used the voucher at a restaurant in the airport.
And finally the plane departed?
Yes, but almost 5 hours late.
That must have been a very long day.
It was, but we arrived safely in the end.
Now let's talk about something even worse than delays.
Flight cancellations.
When a flight is canceled, it means the plane will not depart at all.
This can happen because of bad weather, technical problems, airport strikes, or operational issues.
When a flight is canceled, passengers often feel confused because they suddenly don't know what to do.
The first thing to do is contact the airline.
You can go to the airline desk at the airport, but sometimes the line is very long.
That's why it can be smart to use the airline's mobile app.
Or call customer service.
Sometimes you can rebook your flight directly in the app.
The airline will usually offer two options, a new flight or a refund.
Most travelers choose a new flight because they still want to reach their destination,
Many travelers also don't know that passengers have rights when flights are delayed or canceled.
especially in Europe.
There is a regulation called EU 261 which protects passengers,
Depending on the situation, passengers may receive compensation,
sometimes between 250 and 600 euros.
but it depends on the length of the delay and the distance of the flight.
Weather delays usually do not qualify for compensation because airlines cannot control the weather.
If you believe you deserve compensation, you can submit a claim to the airline.
I also remember my own cancellation story when I was flying from Rome to New York.
Yes, that one involved a storm, right?
Exactly. The flight was supposed to leave in the evening, but first it was delayed because of a storm.
And then?
After about 2 hours, the airline announced that the flight was canceled.
That must have been frustrating.
Many passengers were upset, but the airline rebooked us on flights the next day.
Did they give you a hotel?
Yes, they provided hotel accommodation and a bus to the hotel.
That's good service.
But we had to wait almost 2 hours in line before receiving the hotel voucher.
That happens often during cancellations.
Finally, we arrived at the hotel around midnight.
And the next morning?
We returned to the airport and flew to New York.
Travel can definitely be unpredictable.
Before we finish, let's share a few useful tips for long waits at the airport.
First, always carry a portable phone charger.
Your battery can disappear quickly when you are checking flight updates.
Second, bring snacks.
Airport food can be expensive, and sometimes restaurants close late at night.
Third, download entertainment like movies, podcasts, or books.
Airport Wi-Fi is not always reliable.
Fourth, keep important items in your carry-on bag.
Things like medication or basic toiletries.
And finally, stay polite with airline staff.
They are trying to help, even if the situation is stressful.
Sometimes travel problems even create interesting stories.
That's true. Many travel memories begin with something going wrong.
You might meet new people during a delay.
Or explore a city during a long layover.
Once, I met a traveler from Brazil during a delay, and we talked for hours.
See, not all delays are bad.
Before we end today's episode, let's quickly remember the main ideas.
Delays and cancellations are common in air travel.
Stay calm and gather information.
Contact the airline and ask about rebooking.
Know your passenger rights.
And prepare for long waits at the airport.
That brings us to the end of today's episode.
Thank you very much for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to subscribe to the podcast.
You can also share it with friends who want to practice English.
In the next episode, we will talk about another common travel problem.
Lost luggage.
Until next time, safe travels, everyone.
Goodbye and see you in the next episode.